scam calls? He answers them all.
Some scammy scam.
I beg your pardon, what do you mean by scammy scam?
It's Special K's telemarketer turnaround
So you have a beautiful voice.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Everybody told me that.
on the Rula and Ryan Show.
104.1 KRVE.
These are my favorite because one of two things is going to happen. He's either going to just try and steal your information or he's going to somehow make it get vulgar. Like the guy's going to come on to you.
Yeah,
You better believe it.
We get those calls all day long, and you guys have given us an entire list of phrases for Special K to keep repeating to the telemarketers that are bombarding his phone lines. Today is You Better Believe It, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
That's your
And
catch.
Ryan, how many times will I say it in, well, it's actually 5 minutes.
Oh,
It's a 5-minute print.
a 5-minute
Okay,
print, yeah.
I'm
I
going
just
to
kept
go.
on going with this guy.
I'm going to go high. I'm going to say 10
Okay.
I was going to go 12.
All right.
I was like 15.
because it's not just that. You will throw other things in there.
I will. And I don't even get to that statement until about 40 seconds into this call.
Ooh, okay.
I got to coax him into this a little bit.
Okay, you better
So-
believe it.
And they're calling about DNA testing?
Exactly. Now, this is part of something that they're trying to hook you into in order to buy their Medicare extension or something like that. So it's a cheek swab is what they're selling these days. So this
Does
is
your cheek show your social security number inside your mouth?
I guess we'll find out here on the Rule and Ryan Show with Eric, a telemarketer turnaround. No way.
Hello?
Yes, the reason to call you is to inform that you're qualified to receive immune genetic test.
Who's this? Genetic? What's their name?
No, it's immune genetic test. Have you ever heard about this test before?
I know what an emu is. They're like a large horse-like creature.
No, it's like a DNA test, sir, inside your body, you know.
Yes,
So
sir.
I'll keep this. I'll keep this
Yes.
conversation short and simple, okay? So you'll understand it, okay?
Oh, I mean, I didn't take the short bus to work. You don't need to keep me simple. I know simple.
No,
Okay.
to understand you, that's it, sir.
You better believe it. I'm ready.
Yes, sir. So it is a simple saliva swab test, which is gonna help you to detect a disease like cancer, heart attack. So for now, we are providing this test only for senior people, not for everyone. You got it, sir?
Sir, you're calling me an old man? Oh, jeepers. You better believe it.
Awesome. So the eligibility of the test is 65 and above. So how old are you, sir?
I'm 67 years old, sir. You better believe it.
Oh, yeah. All right, sir. So you're eligible for the test, okay? And you know what? By the way, the test is so simple. You just have to swab both sides of your cheeks, and you're done with this test. As simple as that.
I'd have to ask my wife to swab my cheeks. I don't know if I could reach back there. You better believe it.
No. You have to swab your cheeks, sir, not your teeth. Inside your cheeks, left side, 10 seconds, and right side, at least 10
Yes,
seconds.
sir.
You have to swab. Yeah?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My butt cheeks is what you mentioned.
No, your mouth cheeks. Inside your mouth.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. You better believe it. I'm so sorry, sir. I didn't mean to offend you.
No, it's okay, sir. No worries. So, do you have a Medicare insurance to cover up?
I live in the United States. They cut all the Medicare with the new guy. If you're over 65, they let you go then. I feel like they're done with you after then. You know what I'm saying? You heard about that? On Fox News, I've seen it. And if they are the most truthful folks I've ever watched, you better believe it. Yes. You better believe it. No, sir. I'll do the test. The right cheek, left cheek, all the cheeks.
No. Oh, where all you have cheeks, sir?
Yes, I didn't know if you wanted butt nuggets on it. That'd be a stanky. That would be quite a stanky ass Q-tip. I'm so sorry. I'd hate for the person that had to unwrap that thing. You know, peel all the curlicues off of there. You better believe it. Lord jeepers. All right, carry on, young man.
All right, sir. So without wasting your time.
Too late for that. You better believe it. I'm here, though. I love it. I want to see what kind of them diseases I have.
Help me with your first name.
It's Richard.
And your last name, sir?
Hunt. You can call me Dick. You better believe it.
What? Stunt. You said stunt? S-T-U-N-T?
No, Hunt. Like the ketchup. You better believe it. I love that ketchup.
Can you spell it for me?
Yes, like you go on a hunt. It rhymes with what the lady has. a stunt. It rhymes with what you smoke, a blunt. You better believe
No,
it.
you just spell it for me so I don't want to go wrong.
Yes, sir. You didn't want to go around where?
No, I want you to spell your last name, sir.
Oh, why didn't you ask me in the first place? I guess you couldn't hear me, but it sounds like a party over there. Are you in some type of festivity?
No, sir.
I hear some other fellows talking in the background. Are they listening to our conversation?
No, sir. They are not listening to our conversation. They might be doing their works. That's it.
Okay. Have you had this DNA test? Does it hurt?
No, sir. I'm too young for that. I'm just 32.
Oh, Lord. Well, you could have all kinds of things wrong with you. Better check now and forever hold your peace. You better believe it, you know.
So do you have any middle name, sir? Or junior or senior after your name?
No, I'm the one and only, young man. You better believe it. Yeah.
All right. So do you help me with your date of birth, sir?
Hold on. You're making me laugh and coughing.
Oh, my God.
Hold on.
Oh, my God.
Give me the trash can.
Oh, my God.
You're going to have my wife grab the trash can for me.
Oh. Okay, so help me with your date of birth.
You better believe it. He wants my date of birth. Yes, sir. She's on her way.
Oh, my God, I got 15.
Wow. Eric called it at 15.
15 it
you better
is.
believe
Oh,
it.
that was great.
Man, and you gave him some grace. You could have pounded him with those better believe it. At least 3 more times.
You got him good.
You better believe
I'm
it.
sweating.
The butt cheeks.
And my butt cheeks
swap
or
that.
my face cheeks?
I'm going to try to write a little bit more on that. Like, I'm going to try to have a little bit more fun with butt cheeks next time.
When I do the
that's-
cheek thing.
Yeah, because if they keep calling me about doing the cheek swab, I think we can have a little bit more fun with that. 37530. If there's a statement you want me to say, like, you better believe it, then just let me know and I'll try to work it in the next call.
We've already gotten bless your heart, so y'all skip
yeah.
that one.
Amen.
For those that are listening now.
You
We've
betcha.
done bless your heart, bless your heart. So yes, 37530. Go to krbe.com/prank call requests if you'd like to have a traditional prank call done on somebody that you know in your life. Kevin is always ready for you to fill out that form and go from there as well.
It's KRBE. Let's do it with more of the Rule and Ryan Show with Eric.
You went in for one thing and you discovered something completely different when you went to the doctor.
833-390-KRBE. Fill in the blank. You went in for this and you came out with that. Hi, Courtney. You are up first. Good morning. Welcome to the Rule and Ryan Show with Eric. Happy Friday.
Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Okay, so tell us the story.
So I had really bad migraines, and I had some tooth problems, so I thought, it was my tooth making my head hurt. And I had went to the mainland in Texas City, and they had, did some tests, whatever, and they sent me home with some medication. And
Okay.
so I was like, okay. So I went home, I took the medication, it was antibiotics, and like 2 days later, my headaches got worse. And I'm like, okay, like something's really wrong with me. But I went back and they still did the same thing. They did a CT. They said that there was nothing wrong. They sent me back home. So I think it was like 4 days later, I had went back to the mainland and they still did the same thing, CT, antibiotics, pain reliever, whatever. And they sent me home. And I was like, okay, this is some BS because they're literally just doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And I'm coming back over and over again. So I was like, okay, so let me go somewhere else. So I went to UTMB in Galveston, and they did all these tests, and it was like a vision test, and they did like an ultrasound on my eye
Okay.
to check the pressure, like
Yeah.
the back of my eye, the optic nerve, I think it was called.
Right?
And they told me that I have a lot of pressure, like in my brain.
Ooh.
And so they did a spinal tap in the ER room, like the room that you
God.
laid
Listen,
in.
I just have heard how painful it is. I don't know what's all involved, but that sounds like it was
Yes.
supposed to happen somewhere more than just the ER triage.
It was the
my
worst
God.
thing ever. And this lady has this needle digging in my back.
Okay,
in
okay,
my
okay,
God.
okay, like
spinal cord.
epidural. All right, let's go. Skip that
Yeah,
part. Skip that
I
part.
What'd they find?
And then what they find? Oh, Lord.
I have IIH, which is like it's unknown why the pressure is so high in your brain. But actually 2 years ago, I had went to the doctor, the eye doctor, and they told me that I needed to get a second opinion, but I never did because I didn't have the funds or anything.
So
So
if
I
you
was just
would this pressure cause you
Is
to
it like a
lose your
brain
sight
tumor
or something?
or
a
like, what is
tumor?
it?
no, it's pressure on your optic nerve, which your optic nerve is what tells your brain to see, basically.
Uh-huh.
So if I wouldn't have went and got it, then I could have lost my vision.
But
And you
how do
said-
they
Yeah.
relieve the pressure?
Right.
Through the spinal tap. So I had another spinal tap. I was in the hospital for a week, but this one was actually done the right way, like with the machine. And
So you
everything.
went there for bad migraines and some tooth pain, and you came out finding out your brain has too
That's
much pressure.
frustrating. Nobody can
on your
figure it
optic
out,
nerve.
and then you go back the third time somewhere
But
else.
listen, this is a lesson to anybody listening to Courtney's story. She had to go back like 3 and 4 times because they kept saying, "Oh, it's
Always
nothing,
get a
it's nothing
second
wrong."
opinion.
You have to advocate for yourself. Like, no, something's not right. Something's not right. Or
You
go
know your
find
body
another
better
place.
than anybody.
Right. Gosh, that's real. Thank God you know that, and you're on the road to figuring out how to maneuver that, and you know all the information you just told us. I can't even repeat it all. It's a lot. Thank you so much, Courtney, for calling us. If you're just tuning in, it's 833-390-KRBE. The question is, do you fill in the blank? What happened to you? You went in for one thing and you find out what. All right, let's go to, is it Vianne? Vianne, Viane. Do I say your name right? Is it Vianne? Hello, that's you?
Oh, no. Hi. Hi, good morning,
How do
guys.
you pronounce your name?
I know it's VNA, kind of like DNA, but with a V.
VNA.
Oh, VNA.
All
Got
right.
it.
VNA,
Thank you
what'd
so
you go
much.
in for and what'd you find out?
Well, it wasn't for me. It was my partner. He's diabetic, and he also has neuropathy on his leg.
Mm-hmm.
And he had gotten an infection on his big toe, and they had to remove a part of his toe. And great, but he went for a routine checkup on Monday, and they told him he needed to go to the ER immediately. And unfortunately, they were not able to save his big toe, so he had it amputated yesterday.
Oh,
sorry.
man.
Oh, wow.
Wait, originally he went into the doctor for what? A routine checkup, you're
Like an
saying?
infection?
Yeah,
'Cause it's
a routine checkup. Yeah, just to see how
And
the
he said, "My
healing
toe hurts."
process was going. And well, I mean, good for him in a sense because the neuropathy, you can't feel the pain. But it sucks because he's
Uh-oh.
his foot. So
Phone.
I've been going like straight from work to stay with him since last week and this week, and it's just an emotional toll on both of us because it's a new thing for me to.
Be a
I've never been with
caregiver.
somebody who has neuropathy. And,
Is it the big toe, VNA? You said it was the big toe, right?
Yeah, it was the big toe on his right foot.
So does that mean, because I've heard that if you certain toes, if you lose the big one, it's a balancing thing. That's that's what balances us. So he has to like probably have rehab to learn how to walk
Or
and
prosthetic.
balance, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So he's gonna have to get a prosthetic toe, and of course, get the PT done so he can start working that muscle without the toe.
Man.
So it's gonna be a journey for sure. But I mean, I told him, I was like, hey, you're not in this alone. Like you
Aw.
have.
That's a good
See
partner.
how lucky he is to have you standing by his side. Neuropathy is a really tricky thing. I was with somebody who had that where she could not feel her legs at all.
dangerous.
And it was dangerous. Like I would sit there and I'd take a little pin. I'm like, can you feel this? Nothing. Couldn't feel a thing.
Well, that's how you end up like getting burned. You don't realize how hot something is. That's
Yeah.
how you get hurt. You don't realize something cut you or stabbed. I mean, that's just really dangerous.
Is it hard to even lift weights? Like with your legs and stuff?
It's hard
You know
for
what I mean?
It's
Oh,
hard
right,
for
right,
people
right,
to
right.
balance.
Like
they,
when I'm
they
lifting
fall a
after
lot.
like 10
Yeah,
or
you use
12,
your leg
you feel that
muscles.
burn, that
Right.
burn in your muscles, and you know
or to stop,
to
or if
stop
something's
or-
hurting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's no joke. VNA, thank you so much for sharing your story. Dana is up next. The question is, what did you go in the doctor for, and what did you find out you had? Hi, Dana. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good
Hi, Dana.
Happy Friday.
Yay,
Happy
we made
Friday
it
to
to
you.
Friday.
Is this about you, Dana, or somebody in your family?
Actually, my daughter.
Okay.
I came home from
14. I come home from work one day, and she's sitting halfway up our stairway, and she had fallen down our stairs.
Oh my gosh!
She was carrying her cat, and at the top of the stairs, missed the step and fell down.
Oh.
She was okay-ish, just kind of sore, and still the next day she was out of breath. So I took her to the ER, and they discovered that she has, or everything was fine from the fall. The doctor she's like, let's do some x-rays just to check just in case, but otherwise you're okay. And so they discovered she had pretty progressed scoliosis.
Really?
And yes, she was 14 and we had no idea.
Scoliosis, just to let people know, it's where your spine is not straight down.
Like an S.
Curvature.
It's making a curve.
She had
P.
an S curve. Yeah.
She had the S
She
curve.
had an S curve. And it was like 32-degree curve. It was pretty significant, but we couldn't really see it on the outside. And so anyway, so we went to some doctors, and within a year later, it had progressed almost double.
Oh.
So she had like a 50-degree curve and a 62-degree curve. It was wild.
What's the fix
And
for
so,
that, Dana?
Brace?
Well, we got in. No, it was beyond the point of anything. So her orthopedic doctor, we got in with Shriners Children's in Galveston. They are absolutely amazing.
Bravo.
And the only fix was spinal fusion surgery.
Wow.
So yes, so from T4 to L5, so pretty much from between her shoulder blades to almost her tailbone is fused with 2 rods and screws all the way down when she was 15 years old.
Oh, my goodness.
How is she now?
She's great. She's doesn't do as many sports as she used to do, but she plays pickleball and likes to run and that kind of stuff. She'll be a senior this year, but she's also a patient ambassador for Shriners Children. So it's kind of opened up some amazing doors with great opportunities. And June, the month of June, is Scoliosis Awareness Month. So,
who knew? That's good to know. I didn't know that.
Take your kids. Yeah, so sports physicals, like athletic kids,
Yes.
they're muscular, so sometimes it can be masked. So don't get the quick physicals. Get a good checkup every year for your kids, because if it had been caught earlier, we probably could have done bracing or something a lot less invasive. So anyway, so
So a fall down the stairs caused y'all to find out your daughter had scoliosis, and now she has braces and rods in her back. A fuse in her back. Wow, that's really that's really something.
Sorry
else.
that you had to endure that.
So I don't know.
Yeah,
I guess
it was
that's the
definitely-
best advice, right? If you have kids doing the sport physical, do it where then? Because I mean, my kids are in that wheelhouse, and there's like
Would your
a specific...
GP be able to do something like that? They discovered it through an X-ray, correct? It wasn't like an MRI or CAT scan or anything like that.
Right. Yeah. No, a doctor, I mean, like, in school when they're in elementary, the nurses, they line them all up and they do the little bend over and touch your toes and check their back. They're supposed to do it. They're supposed to do it like at elementary and junior high, and they can usually detect something then, even if it's minor, just by looking at their curved spine. Whenever they're bent over, touching their toes. But she didn't. Like I said, we moved when she was in 6th grade, so I guess she missed that one. I don't know. But like sports physical, she was a third child, and of all athletic kids, and so you just go where you can get a quick physical.
Sure, yeah, you're right. Let's go. Yeah.
I
love how you preface it by saying she was a third child. Self-explanatory. She's a third child.
But I never even thought about that, because athletic kids, they're so muscular that it could mask the problem with the bones.
Or, just anybody, even if you're just starting out, you have to have the sports physical. So it's good to know, get a more, like a deeper dive on the sports physical. And that's something, and I didn't know it was Scoliosis Awareness Month. Dana, thanks for letting us know that. I'm glad your daughter is thriving. That's fantastic. We're asking the question, what did you go to the doctor for? And what'd you find out? Janet's up next. Hi, Janet. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
What's your story?
Okay, so this has happened, I don't know, a few years back. I woke up in the middle of the night with this migraine that I couldn't get rid of. I thought I was like dehydrated or something. So it kept going throughout the night. I went to the emergency room the next morning, and they did like a CAT scan and MRI and all that. And come to find out, I had a brain tumor.
Oh my gosh!
Whoa!
And was this benign or was it malignant?
Yes. No, it was benign, thank God. But
What part of your brain had the tumor? Like side, back, front? Where was it?
was like the middle front.
Oh,
whoa.
Okay.
So
yeah, and I've had, even though it's benign, you can still have like side effects from it.
Oh, yeah.
I've lost hearing in my right ear, so
Can that
vision
ever be
problems.
corrected?
No. Mm-mm.
So I guess what's the long-term fix for this, Janet? You just kind of
just to
maintain
keep
this?
an eye. Yes, maintain it. Just keep an eye on it to see if it's growing. So if it is growing, then that's also obviously a concern. But no, it hasn't grown, so I'm okay.
Wow. How long ago was that you discovered it? Has it been a long time?
Probably about 7-8 years ago.
Wow. I mean, that's you're not the first person to call us tells you a benign brain tumor. That's really
Yes.
a lot of times you hear brain tumor and you think the worst. But there are a lot of people that have benign brain tumors. They're just living with them, and you're one of them. Thanks for sharing your story, Janet. The migraine that woke you up in the middle of the night turned out to be a benign brain tumor. But
And then we have time for one more. Take
Rome.
Rome on line 5.
Okay.
What happened to him?
Rome, hi.
I gotta laugh.
Rome, hi. Hi.
Hey, good morning, Rome.
Good morning.
Share with everybody because I just heard your story. Tell everybody what happened.
All right, so years ago, dating this girl, and she was basically acting like she had appendicitis. So I'm like, all right, let's go to the doctor. We go to the doctor, and she winds up being pregnant, and I didn't get her pregnant.
How long were y'all dating for when she was hurting like this and you took her to the doctor?
Well, we've been together a year and some change.
Hold on.
So she had cheated on you.
Wait. You're together for a year, and she has what you think is appendicitis, but you find out she's pregnant. Immediately, wouldn't you have thought, whoa, look at us.
We're
we
having
are
a
having
baby.
surprise
we
baby.
weren't living together. We were just dating, but still together.
But
and
y'all
so
were.
I'm like, well, what's going on? Yeah, what's going on with you? And I take her to the doctor, and yeah, she's pregnant. That's crazy.
But why wouldn't you think it was yours?
Yeah.
Oh, because we weren't messing around like that. I had been out of town.
Oh, so the timeline
So you're
didn't
gone
work.
for a while.
So for at least 3 months, y'all hadn't messed around? At least 3 months?
For about a month and a half, I was gone. And, I mean, lo and behold, she had the baby already. This was years ago, and, yeah, the baby's not mine.
Oh, okay.
So did y'all break up before the birth of that child, or did you wait to do testing and stuff to see if it was? I mean, how'd y'all handle that?
Oh, before, because it was after that happened, all the domino effect happened. Everything just started falling all over into place, and I'm like, oh, yeah, this ain't right.
Oh,
so
wow.
I guess things work out for a reason.
Is she with the baby daddy now? Are they together, or is she just?
I don't know.
That guy's
Doesn't care.
Oh,
Not
you're
part
out
of his
it.
problem.
Did she ever admit to you that she did cheat on you, or did she just still
deny?
Yeah, I deny.
Wow, that's crazy,
what they do.
Rome.
That sucks.
Oh, look at that.
Good for you, though. You
have
found out.
appendicitis. No, you're pregnant, and you've been cheating on me.
I keep thinking that scene at the end of The Naked Gun. Norbert!
Oh, yeah, Norbert.
I know that scene.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. Can I tell you guys
His
that on
thing.
text, if you're just tuning in, we're doing the subject. You went into the doctor for one thing, and you found out yet another. 2 texts in 2 different situations. The people thought it was a spider bite. One was an adult male, one was a child. One was a 5-year-old child. The adult male went in thinking it was a spider bite, found out he was having a heart attack.
Oh, my gosh.
The big one. The widowmaker. Had he not gone in for the spider bite, he would have died. And the person texted with their 5-year-old son. They went to urgent care for what they thought was a spider bite. And it turns out, after 2 ambulance rides and 14 days at Texas Children's Hospital, he was diagnosed with a kidney disease. And the swelling from what they thought was a spider bite was a side effect of the kidney disease they found.
Oh, wow.
It wasn't a bite.
It was not a bite. So, but that's really something. That's one bite, guys, that one strikes a lot of urgency to me. Like mosquito bites, we get those all the time. Ant bites, okay.
Spider bite's like.
But when you hear the spider bite happen, you're like, oh, we have to go see somebody. Because you don't know what kind of spider it is. Did you even see the spider bite you?
Especially in Texas.
And y'all, please tell your kids going to college this, please. When I was a freshman at SMU, I had a friend in her dorm that got bitten by a spider while she was asleep. And she did not tell, me. I didn't live with her, but she was like, look at this. I go, what's wrong with your arm? Her arm was all swollen. And she goes, I don't know. I think something bit me when I was sleeping. But she had been living with that for a month. Oh. No, I'm sorry, for a week. That her arm was hot and swollen. I go, you have got to go to the school nurse.
And now there's urgent cares everywhere. So
yes, so tell your kids that are summering right now before their big freshman year away from you for the first time, listen, you got to take care of yourself. Mom and dad are not around. We're not seeing you all the time.
Yep.
If something is weird, something bit you, go to the nurse. Take care of yourself. Go to the listener line, guys. 713-278-VENT. That's 8368 on your phone. You tell us what you went to the doctor for and what you ended up finding out. Coming up next, the Summer of 2020 Live. Your chance to score tickets to see Kesha, RuPaul, go to the Pride Houston Festival, all that and more in Scoop next on KRBE.
From the big screen to the big house.
Celebrity Scoop, the Rule and Ryan Show with Eric on KRBE.
All right, it's brought to you by Taqueria Randas, and it's the Summer of 2020 Live. We've got lots of great experiences for you that we want you to be a part of. This whole package that we put together includes 2 tickets for you to see Kesha at the Cynthia Woods Mitchell Pavilion, a pair of tickets to RuPaul's Drag Race for the Work the World Tour 2025 at Smart Financial Center, and 4 passes to be part of the Pride Houston Festival.
Wow.
Oh, because it's Pride Month. If you are caller 10 at 833-390-KRBE, you're going to score all of that in one big package. Summer 2020 Live. Caller 10, 833-390-KRBE. All right, it is the 50th anniversary today. 50 years ago today, Jaws was released in theaters. Entertainment Weekly has a fantastic article about Steven Spielberg and the difficulty of making what became his first blockbuster movie ever. Mm-hmm. He says that it messed with his head far more than he may have realized. He said the quote, "I think I just lost it," multiple times in this documentary that the National Geographic has out today. It's called Jaws at 50, the definitive inside story. He says that this, of course, pole vaulted him from being a promising newcomer director into being the visionary behind the biggest moneymaker of all time. But the things that we have learned since Jaws terrified a globe of the water.
Was this a book at first?
It was a book, and the studio was trying to capitalize on the sensational sales of the book and the excitement of the book, that they rushed it. And what have we learned in all the things we've watched about Hollywood? When you rush something,
mistakes happen.
Major mistakes happen.
Yeah, didn't the shark, like it was mechanical and it had nonstop failures, so it's barely in the movie?
Well, there were 3 of them. There were 3 enormous fiberglass sharks.
They called it Bruce.
They were technical marvels. Technical marvels. They were designed for freshwater. They did not think about what's going to happen to them in seawater, saltwater, and the negative effects of electrolysis. They say this made for an endless series of delays. The delays then caused the 2 cast members, Robert Shaw and Richard Dreyfuss, to get on each other's nerves and hate each other. It made the set very stressful. Shaw was also a heavy drinker, so occasionally there'd be times when finally everything's working, but then he couldn't nail his dialogue. He's been drinking all day. He was hammered.
Wasn't
you
that
could tell that in the scenes.
Yeah, on the movies that made us.
Yeah.
Like he was a really bad drunk.
And you could tell when
the crusty
Robert
old
Shaw,
captain of the boat.
Of Orca. So he and Richard Dreyfuss, because of the delays, Eric, they started hating each other.
Getting on each other's nerves.
And he would go drink because of the long delays of the shark.
He got mad.
And then he's drunk, and then he couldn't nail his dialogue. And then there's one part, I do know this from the movies that made us. That's on Netflix. It's been running for a long time if you want to watch that. There's a scene in the Orca, the ship, or the, what do you call it?
Orca's the name of the boat where they're trying to hunt Jaws.
It's the boat. Yeah, exactly. That's a whole ad-lib thing because Robert Shaw, for real, was a World War II vet that was in the waters where the sharks had eaten half of the guys that had sunk in that ship. And so he is doing an ad-lib monologue about that experience with the sharks around him. And they said they were just all fascinated, just let the cameras roll.
And they used it.
That's what he's talking about. You can see that in the movies that made us.
Do they talk about the Jaws where it got personal and it followed Michael Caine?
Oh, God,
vacation?
that was Jaws 3.
They do not.
Or 4.
In the movies that made us?
3 was in 3D with Dennis Quaid.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. One. I saw that. The theaters.
But the whole thing that made the movie was the score. John Williams coming up with this.
Seeing it and just hearing that.
Right, and actually that was Steven Spielberg's, I can't say the word, Steven Spielberg's call, because think about it. You are a director and everything is falling apart around you. The studio's freaking out. The money is just draining away. You're 100 days over production. You're over budget. And these 3 sharks cannot perform because of the seawater. And it was his idea to turn it into, all right, listen, we're just not going to show them that much. We're just going to show people underwater. We're going to show the angle that we are the shark through the camera. That's what we're going to have to do. And that was the genius move.
That's what made it so scary.
Right. And then paired with the music,
you ever watched the
have
other ones? Like
massive blockbuster.
Like The Meg?
I can't.
Oh, I
the
did
one
watch
I watched,
that. It
Make
looks
two?
so fake with the CGI.
Wait,
It
which
just
is the
looked
one
ridiculous.
with LL Cool J?
There's one with Samuel Jackson too, right?
Yeah, where he gets eaten.
Where the sharks have something on their head and they're smarter than.
Do they have lasers on their head?
Yeah, basically, they had something.
Sharks with lasers.
And that Thomas Jane guy, he had some move where you swim. And then you'd make this sharp turn, and the shark will go by you, and then you can stab it or whatever. There's something.
It's so
I'm a sucker for all
Shark
these
movie.
shark movies.
I'd rather see
I
a
saw Deep
bad
Blue
model
Sea.
than that horrible CGI.
But Jaws was the doorway for all these other shark movies to terrify us, right? Because I don't think there had been a shark movie before
That'd
then.
be fun summer watching. Watch that in your pool, and then watch Piranha 3D.
and now, as we've learned, piranhas don't even like attack you like that. Like
they don't.
No, they're not going to. You'd have to have a lot for you. We're always
One
conditioned to
piranha
believe.
can't take it down?
Yeah, we're conditioned to believe that if you fall in a pool with some piranhas, the only thing that's going to float up is your bones, and it's not. That's not how it works.
Well, usually it's
If
a
you fall in
school
with, like,
of
100 of
fish.
them, if
If
you
it's
fall
a
in-
school of piranhas, they can't take you down?
I don't think so. They
gonna
can't.
Google that.
They can't.
We're
Just Google it.
Don't be at sunset at 10:45 with piranhas.
H-Town on the Rule and Ryan Show with Eric.
104.1 KRBE.
Okay, here's something. Paper plates on our cars will no longer be in
Oh, I thought
effect.
you don't have barbecues.
That's what I was thinking,
No,
too.
no, no, no.
Summertime
Straws, they're
barbecue, paper
eliminated.
plates.
The styrofoam ones or
No.
the paper
What?
one, guys?
Paper license plates are going to be gone July 1st, just a couple of days, like a week or so, as the new law, HB 718, goes into effect. This is used to combat crime. The new bill requires you to always have a metal plate on your car. Now, the plates are going to be the same plate that you have all the time, and they'll issue you one even if you've never had one. Now, this is where it's going to be tricky.
I have paper plates now.
Me too. I just got a car yesterday.
They're going to be going away starting July 1st.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, it takes like 6 weeks, they said, to get my plates.
Yeah, but
so
they
are
won't be
pull me
doing
over
it. No.
July
They
2nd?
won't be issuing paper plates.
Allegedly,
as
they're
of
going
July
to be
1st.
on hand.
Yeah.
They'll have a stack of them on hand ahead of time. The metal ones. They'll have a stack
Yeah.
of metal ones on hand.
So here's the
it's like
deal.
a metal plates
Like the old
guy.
days.
If you're a private seller, say Kevin decides he wants to sell his car to Eric, if you're a private seller meeting up with somebody to buy a used car, the law now requires you both to go to the DMV together to register the car.
Together?
Together. That way the metal plates will be registered to the correct owner of the vehicle.
Oh, what a pain in the butt.
That's
man.
annoying.
That is.
That's gonna
Because
be a
right
big
now
pain.
you can go online and you can swear this affidavit and print out some things to where, yeah, I sold it to this individual, disconnect this car from me, so if it's involved in a crime, it doesn't come back to me.
Now you both have to go to the DMV
That's
together.
awkward, sitting there together waiting for an hour.
Right.
So how you doing? Oh, nice.
Well,
All
don't
right.
you schedule an appointment?
Even then, you still gotta,
no, you got to go down and wait in line.
Yeah, you're still waiting.
No, but
on
you
one.
can still
I
schedule
thought-
a time to go down there, can't you?
When you go in and
And then how's that going to work? You make the sale with the guy. He decides he wants it. Okay, well, you can have it, but let's call and make up a
We'll see. We'll go in 3 days
3
to
days.
the DMV.
Come, this is a
I mean,
mess.
I made an appointment to get my driver's license renewed, and it was super fast, swift, amazing. I was in and out of there like in 7 minutes, I feel like.
Wow.
And that was just us chit-chatting because they were big fans of the show when they saw the ID. And then that's the only reason it was not less than 5 because the appointment was amazing. But I don't know how it works with the title stuff.
Yeah.
That's a whole different
and the other
department, I
thing
think.
is, then they're going to find out how much you actually sold it for. Because I can say I sold it for whatever I want to, especially if I got paid in cash. Thank you.
Oh yeah, now that's
Yeah. So now,
I mean, of course,
sellers,
it's in an
gonna be a
effort
little bit
because all
more.
these dirt bags with paper plates are carjacking people, and you can't find them, and all that. I get what they're
now
doing.
they'll just steal your regular plate off your car and put it on
But I'm
there.
curious, Eric, you got a new car. I got one yesterday. Shout out to you, Classic Elite Chevy Sugarland with my Tahoe. What do you, I didn't look to see yesterday. I know they put a plate on there, and I know it's paper, but it's not like paper flapping.
plastic.
It's like more plastic
Wrapped in
laminated,
bag.
right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll look down
like
there.
laminated.
Check
You're
it out.
right.
Yeah, but goodbye paper plates. This should cut down on crime.
Somebody wants to do Piranha Pool Try It Tuesday. We'll bring a pool.
Ryan will be
Ryan
that
can do
person.
it.
The
Ryan
dunk
says-
tank
No way.
with piranhas.
Oh, come
A
on.
dunk tank.
Your corns are so thick, Ryan.
Yeah.
They could barely eat through
You're
that.
full
Been
of
nibbling
metal.
on that for
They
a
have
while.
piranhas eating the calluses off your feet in Europe.
Right. Don't they already have
At
those little
pedicure
fishies
places?
that do it?
They do
Yeah.
have those fish that,
Those
that
aren't piranhas?
nibble the
The
dead
piranha
skin.
pool. Okay.